We are here in Atlanta at the Under Armour camp with Brayden Jacobs, offensive lineman. How was the event, man?
The event was really good. They set it up really well. Even though it feels like it goes really fast, but it's while you're here, you learn a lot of good information.
A lot of guys, this is a first opportunity to go against some of the bigger names. But at Buford, I mean, you guys produce a lot of bigger names. So, I mean, did you find that as you were doing this, like, I'm pretty confident because I've repped against this plenty.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident coming into it because even though I haven't been at Buford all my high school, I've always been going against good people because I go to a lot of camps.
Right.
So I've always been going against good competition.
Just going to get right to it. Ohio State just recently got involved with an offer. I mean, what was that moment like when you found out about the offer?
The moment was really good because I know Ohio State has a history of producing a lot of first round draft pick O-Linemen, so I was really happy about that.
And then, what is the conversations that I assume that you've had with Coach Fry? I mean, what is Justin Fry like?
He's a nice guy. He cares and involves himself with all his players.
And you sit there and you talk about Ohio State producing offensive linemen for the draft. I mean, coming up here this week is the NFL Combine. Paris Johnson and DeJuan Jones, a pair of tackles, are both going to be going through as well as their center, Luke Whippler. I mean, do you watch those kind of things as you sit there and start, working through some of these schools that are getting involved with you?
Yes, I always look at who's going to the draft, what grade certain people are in, because I have to know where I'm going to go at that time, like how many people are in front of me at my position.
Obviously, Ohio State and the hometown team of UGA played in the Peach Bowl. I mean, what were your thoughts about watching that game?
It was a good game. I really like both teams, but Georgia was just the better team that game.
Right. So, but it had to be interesting. A team that you see plenty of in terms of coverage here, and then Ohio State, a team you're well aware of. I mean, it really did go down to the last moments.
It did.
What's next for you this spring? Do you have visits set up? I mean, what do you want to accomplish next?
This spring, really, it's a lot of the university camps. I have a couple set up in March and May, but then during the summer, I'm going to go to the West Coast and do a lot of camps there.
What about Ohio State? I mean, have you been to Ohio State to visit before? And if not, I mean, what's the plan of trying to get there to visit?
I have not been to Ohio State before to visit, but we plan on going this summer.
Right. Would it be a camp setting or just more of a visit? You got that offer in hand. I just want to kind of check things out, see how I vibe with coaches, etc.
It'll probably be it probably won't be a camp session. It'll probably just be like a visit, like go down there, see what it's like, how I feel down there.
Last question. I mean, what's going to put a school over the top for you when it comes to it? I mean, obviously every player has a laundry list of things, but there's always that one thing that kind of seems to be that's why I want to go to a school. And what is that for you?
It's the coaching, or the coach it's himself. It depends on who he is, how the history he's had with linemen. But yeah, that's always how the coach involves himself with me.